Hey everybody, Matt here with Team Kerr over at Remax Real Estate Services. Stats are out. You're going to get all this if you want it. It's the snap stats, which I'm going to talk about here real quick. I'm going to talk about the attached market first because it's actually, we're seeing a change here on the attached market. So downtown, 28 sales to listing ratio, which means only 28% of all the properties that were listed last month at all levels had sold, which means it's a very, very soft seller's market, okay? But we've seen a 21% increase in inventory and the transactions are pretty much level. And you'll see that in this report here that you'll have. So interesting. So that's downtown, big change. And for example, downtown, if we look a little closer, Yale Town is at 32%, which is the strongest market. And then, of course, the West End, 30%, 27% in the downtown core. And then Cole Harbour is at 19%, which suggests a balanced market. The West Side, condos and townhouses and things like that, again, 29% increase in inventory. Now, when you look at this graph, you'll see the inventory is growing, but the transactions are staying stable. So, for example, in March, 196 transactions, April, 194, and in May, 212. So not a significant change when you see the inventory go from 405 to 509 to 657 into last month. So 29%. So on the West Side as a whole, 32% sales to listing ratio. Again, soft sellers market. The well-priced properties are the ones that are selling right now because the buyers are out there and they are, people need homes, right? So the East Side, townhouses, still fairly strong, okay? We've seen a 17% increase in inventory, and the transactions up a little bit, chasing it a little bit, but relatively speaking, still 50% sales to listing ratio. So 50% of all those properties are selling. So again, a seller's market over a sustained period. So pretty interesting on the East Side. But the inventory is growing and the transactions are just slightly chasing it there. North Vancouver, 35% increase in inventory. Pretty big push of inventory. It's been tight. Every time I've been doing these videos, North Vancouver has been really tight on the condos and townhouses. However, now we're seeing the transactions be stable and we're watching the inventory grow. So we're at 50% sales to listing ratio. We'll see what happens over the next few months as we go into the warmer months. Now, so bottom line, attached market, inventory growing, transactions fairly stable for the most part, okay? Now let's talk about the houses. West Side houses, stable in terms of inventory. Only 2% more houses came on in the previous month, so from April into May. And the transactions, again, just slightly up. So, for example, 799 units were in April and 811 in May, and then 70 transactions in April, 91 transactions. So kind of interesting, giving us 11% sales to listing ratio. So only 2% growth there. East Side, only 5% growth in inventory, 18% sales to listing ratio, saying that's a pretty strong, balanced market right there. But again, stable pricing, stable transactions are stable, as well as the inventory is fairly stable on the East Side. And then North Vancouver, just a little bit of a difference here. We've seen a few more houses come on than normal, 13% increase in inventory, giving us a 21% sales to listing ratio. And the transactions here are fairly stable, but the inventory is growing. So just a little bit of a difference there. So it will be interesting to see. So just remember, we're in and around 12%. Anything below 12% is the analysts say it's a buyer's market. Between 12 and 20, 22, it's a balanced market. And anything above 20 or 22 is over a sustained period would give us upward pressure on pricing and suggesting it's a seller's market. So what's going to happen and where the opportunities will remain to be seen. But right now, if we see growth of inventory at those levels and the transactions staying stable, just means that there is going to be a lot more choices and we likely see the bidding wars slowing down. Now, what's happening on the ground? We are actually already seeing that, but we are seeing good volume in our well-priced properties in the open houses and showing requests. So it is a beauty contest if you're selling and a price war. You got to kind of figure out who your competition is and try to beat them on both parts, be the prettiest property as well as the most well-priced property, and the buyers will come. Any questions, give me a call and I'm happy to answer it, or anyone on my team. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well and I will talk to you soon.